Morning guys, welcome back to the farm. Thanks for joining us today. As always, it is beautiful here in Pennsylvania. Gonna be about 74 degrees today, and we're out here fencing, guys. So we got our fence posts all the way down the hill to about this point. We got a little bit longer, as you can see here. Carrying some posts, carrying my T-post driver, and we're off to work. So we have driven a heck of a lot of posts here, guys. You can see up the hillside behind me, there's a bunch there, and this thing pretty much went all the way around this pasture. For those of you that haven't seen the channel, this is going to be about a 5-acre pasture here. The grass is coming in really nice. Pretty much all orchard grass, a little bit of clover coming up that was here from the past, so it's going to be prime pasture here for our sheep. We got to finish it though. So I'm looking down the fence line right now. We have, I'll call it maybe 20 more to go. We'll get that done here today. Can finally start working on the tensile, which should go a lot faster than driving these posts. And as we kind of look at this project, I've just been working on it little by little. My dad's been coming over helping drive some posts. I drive posts when we have free time. Before we started, we actually started out by the road, and this field has so much rock underneath. So as we got in a couple inches into the ground, these posts would just stop solid. We actually found, and here's a tip for you, if you're using timeless fence posts and you're having trouble, use your traditional metal T-post. You can actually drive that in. They're a little sturdier, so it's going to kind of shatter through that rock. That will create almost like a pilot hole. You pull that back out with a post remover, and then your timeless post will go right in there pretty easily. And obviously, you know, these posts go in. If you guys haven't seen me show this before, these posts go in. Here's the end. Your line is all the way up to this point, so they go in a significant amount, but that is a way that we found to be pretty easy. The rest of the way around, honestly, it probably took half the time, even though it's probably about double the amount of posts. Just got so much easier for us. The ground has been wet, which has helped as well. But anyway, enough talking. Let's get to work. Let's get it done. And I almost forgot to mention, guys, I'm going about 14 feet on this side. On the front side, we kept it closer, 10-12 feet-ish. I thought it would look a little nicer over there and kind of creates a little bit extra stability, being that it is by the road front. Just want it to be safe. So here we are, we're spreading them out a little longer. You're never gonna know the difference from the backside, so let's do it. Well, job is complete. Last post in the ground right here. You can see cross brace right here behind. Let me tell you guys, accidents do happen here. My dad was over this morning trying to cut down this dead cherry tree. Accidentally dropped it right on our cross brace. You can see it's kind of busted out there. Not a huge deal. We'll definitely get that repaired. But the perimeter posts, as I'm gonna do a spin here, completely done. Wow, now I'm dizzy. All right. Fence posts are in. Now it's time to run some wire. We're not going to do that today. Like I said before, it's kind of piece by piece when we get the opportunity. But our clock is slowly ticking away. You can see here, guys, the grass is, it's really starting to get prime. So as you observe your land, you can see, you know, the differences in moisture content, things like that. Where your pasture is going to thrive the most. You can see here we kind of have like a pocket of nice dark lush grass, and as you go up on the hill, we just don't have the growth yet. So we're getting near that point where we got to get them on here. You know, only having 6 head right now, a 5-acre pasture, we got to start grazing it, because if you get it too overgrown, well, now you're going to start getting weeds and things like that. We're not at the point, obviously, where we're going to get seed heads, but you want to start working this pasture, you want to start grazing this land. I am actually going to, probably right here in about, let's back up here. Now, I am going to run a row of posts kind of right up the middle here. Whether it's wood posts, T-posts, I haven't decided yet. Want to have some flexibility, of course, but the reason for that, they're going to kind of run down the center, and then I'm going to be able to run cross paddocks kind of off of them and tie them into the perimeter line, obviously the hot line. Probably just run poly there, and that's going to kind of create our paddocks as we go out. Being that this field is about 5 acres, I figure, well, it depends how many animals we end up here later in the spring, but I'm figuring about maybe 10 to 12 different paddocks, and basically we're just going to kind of put them here and then to the next and the next, and then around we go and back down. So by the time they get back to the first paddock, this land should have rested enough, and we should be able to just keep rotating them around. So I kind of want to give them enough space to graze this in about 2 to 3 days. Don't want to overgraze it, obviously, you know, that's just going to be detrimental to your land, but that's kind of the plan here. We have to get them off the pasture they're on now. That's kind of our sacrificial pasture, if you will. They probably won't see that one again until this winter. I did open the electric netting up today, and they were off into the original sheep pasture long ago last summer when I first started doing YouTube videos. That's the pasture we had them on. I really don't want them there, but I needed them to get some fresh greens. So we're kind of working against the clock. We got to obviously get this done, but at the same time, you know, we only have so much time in a day, and there's a lot of other things we do here. So we'll get it done. We'll get them over here. Getting the posts in was honestly probably the hardest part. The wire goes pretty quickly, and then it's a matter of putting some gates in and getting a charge on it, and we're good to go. We'll figure out a shelter here as we go as well, and water. That's the good thing about sheep, guys, and I've said this before. Sheep will not, they just don't drink a lot of water, so that can kind of be an afterthought. If I have to lug a couple buckets for a while, really not a big deal. So as we're going up the hill, you can kind of see not as prime up here, so that's a good thing. Gives us a little bit of time, but down in the low spots where it's a little wetter, well, that's really starting to come in. And there's also clover. You can see a nice patch of clover here. So the sheep are really gonna love this, kind of an orchard grass clover mix. I think it'll be prime pasture here in a couple weeks. And how we're gonna energize this? Well, still working through that plan. So that's gonna be a wrap for today, guys. If you like what we're doing, as always, you can support us by hitting that thumbs up. Please consider subscribing to our channel if you haven't. We got a lot coming for you this spring. Very busy here on the farm. Haven't put out as many videos because, quite honestly, in my downtime, I've just been trying to get things done. On Thursday, I actually was on the Pastured Pig podcast. Troy McClung over at Red Tool House. Great guy, great show. We had a blast just talking pigs over there. So that one will be released in the beginning of May here. So very soon, I'll keep you guys updated on that. That is it for today. So thank you so much for watching, and we will be with you soon.